Our textbook, Basic English Grammar by Betty Azar. This is the first lecture. In this lecture, we are going to introduce verb to be. We are going to look at different sentence structure in which verb to be can come. So basically, if you look in this lecture, we are going to study the following. A sentence in which we start with a noun, followed by one form of verb to be, followed by another noun. And this is a situation where both nouns are in the singular. We are going to look at this structure and have some examples so that it becomes clear for us. The other structure is where we have a noun, followed by another form of verb to be, and then another noun, but those nouns are plural. Then we will show how verb to be can be used after a noun, and then we have another noun. So whether it is a noun or a pronoun, this is how the sentence is going to be different. So noun, verb to be, then another noun. Then we will have some exercises explaining the differences between those different sentence structures. So let's start. This is where we have to use verb to be, and simply speaking, verb to be can have more than one form. In the present, it is am, is, are. In the past, it is was and were. In the perfect, it is been. In the progressive or in the continuous, it is being. Today, we need to introduce the first three forms, which is am, is, are, the three forms of verb to be in the present. And basically, each one of them refer to verb to be. It expresses verb to be. So we have three different forms. Those are the different forms, am, is, are, and those are simplified examples of how those forms can be used. When we say, I am a student, he is a student, they are a student, you notice that verb to be changes according to the change of the subject. So when it is I, the verb to be is am. When it is he, verb to be is. And when it is a plural subject, verb to be is are. So the verb changes according to the subject. This is mainly very simple examples of how verb to be can change according to the subject of the sentence. This is going to take us to look at the different pronouns in English and how verb to be change according to each and every pronoun. We can look at English pronouns in terms of referring to either to the singular when there is only one, or when they refer to the plural when we have more than one person. So we have singular pronoun expressing one, and we have plural pronouns expressing more than one. Those are the singular pronouns he, she, it, I, you. Now, the pronoun you can be a little bit confusing because it is used in the singular and it is also used in the plural. When we have one of those three pronouns, he, she, it, verb to be is. When it is the first person I, we have the form of verb to be am, and when it is you, it is always are. So you are, I am, he, she, it, all take is. We move to the second group of pronouns, which are the plural pronouns. They refer to more than one person. They means more than one person. We also again referring to more than one person, and you specifically if we are talking to more than one person that we address. So again, when we have one of those plural pronouns, verb to be has the form are. So this is how English pronouns can be divided into two groups, singular pronouns and plural pronouns, and this is how verb to be change according to the use of those pronouns. This is another exercise that shows us how to change verb to be whether am, is, are, depending on what type of subject we have. If we look at the first sentence, he, a teacher, he am a teacher, he is a teacher, he are a teacher. Clearly, when the subject is he, verb to be is. If you go back to the previous slide, you'll find that when we have one of the three pronouns, verb to be is going to be having the form is. While she, my friend. She is my friend. It is under the table. It is under the table. They am, they is, they are in the class. Look, the pronoun here is a plural pronoun which requires a plural verb to be. Similarly, we are in the restaurant. You are at home. I am your teacher. So as you can see, it is the pronoun that decide which form of verb to be we are going to have. So he, she, it usually have is, while they, we, you have are. Only I will take am. So I am, he is, she is, they are, we are, and you are. Another group of example. Now, if you pay attention here, the pronoun he is replaced by another noun. So he, which is a male pronoun, ضمير يعبر عن مفرد المذكر, can be replaced by a noun referring to مفرد مذكر, which is Ahmed in this sentence. So whether you say he or Ahmed, it is basically having the same form of verb to be. She, which is a female, can be replaced by a female name, Sally in this example. Sally is my friend. She is my friend. So we are replacing, changing the pronoun into a noun. The pronoun he into the noun Ahmed, the pronoun she into a noun Sally. Similarly, the pronoun it can be replaced by the cat. The cat is under the table. It is under the table. They are in the class. The students are in the class. So basically we have a plural pronoun replaced by a plural noun. They are in the class. The students are in the class. The cat is under the table. Sally is my friend. We are in the restaurants. You are at home. I am your teacher. So this is going to tell us that, look, we have pronouns in English. Those pronouns can be divided into singular and plural. Singular pronouns are basically he, she, it, and they take form of verb to be, which is, while I take the form am, while you in the singular take the form are as well. The other group of pronouns, which are plural pronouns, we, you, they, and you when it refers to the plural, all of them will have a form of verb to be that is are. Let's now move to another structure, which is when we have a noun followed by verb to be followed by another noun, in which case those nouns are in the singular. Now, if you look at this very simple sentence, Canada is a country. If you look at the word Canada, it is a noun followed by verb to be followed by another noun. And both of those nouns are singular. So Canada is a noun followed by one form of verb to be followed by a noun. Now, why is? Why not are? Why not am? Clearly because Canada is a singular noun and it refers to the pronoun probably it. So it is a country. Another example, the word singular means referring to only one, not to more than one, only one thing. Canada is a singular noun. It is not a plural, it is one single country. Is a singular verb. So when you have a singular noun, the verb that you choose is also a singular verb. In other words, you have to have agreement between the subject and the verb. If you have a plural noun, you have a plural verb. If you have singular noun, you have singular verb, and so on and so forth. Again, if you look at the word country, it is also a singular noun. So these are another set of examples for this structure: noun followed by verb to be followed by a noun. The noun and the verb should also agree with one another. Singular noun, singular verb. Plural noun, plural verb. Ahmed is a student. Nadia is a nurse. The cat is an animal. Arabic is a language. So what is there? There is a noun followed by one form of verb to be followed by another noun, which is the first basic structure of using verb to be. Noun, verb to be, noun. Which form of verb to be do I have to choose? I choose is if this noun is singular. Let's have let's talk about the use of this a and an, which we have seen in the previous example, because if you look, Ahmed is a student, Nadia is a nurse, while when we said the cat is an animal, why do we have it sometimes a and sometimes an? What distinguishes them from one another? What determines that I'm going to say a student but not an student? I say a nurse but not an nurse. I say an animal but not an animal. What distinguishes this? Why we use a and an? Well, the reason is very simple. This is what we call the indefinite article, and we use a or an depending on the following sound of the noun that follows. So if you look at those examples, a dog while an apple. The word dog starts with a consonant. Consonant means a sound that is produced with some obstruction to the airstream. While when you say a, o, e, those sounds are what we call vowels. They come out of our mouth without any real obstruction, so we call them vowel sounds. This is a distinction of all the vowel sounds and the consonant sounds in English. If you try to read the vowel aloud, you find them very easy to pronounce. There is nothing that stops the air to come out of your mouth. A, E, O, O, and so on and so forth. While in the case of a consonant, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K. So those sounds do not come without obstruction. You have either to stop for a while, then you push the air, and so on and so forth. So let's go back to the same idea. We are talking about when to use a and an. Both a and an are used in front of singular nouns. So we use them when the noun that follow is singular, is not plural. Now, what distinguishes them from one another? The indefinite article a would come in front of a singular noun that begins with consonants. What are the consonant sounds? So clearly this has to be B, C, D, F, G, etc. So what are the consonant sounds? Those are the consonant sounds. What are the vowels? Those are the 5 vowels that we have. Now, if we look at the word dog, it starts with a consonant, D. So we use a. We don't use an. The word book, a book. Again, this is B. So clearly we use a rather than an. What about a lecture? Well, the L is one of the consonants, so use a. A mobile. Well, again, M is a consonant sound, so we use a. A student. The S sound is one of the consonants, so we say a student, a mobile, a lecture, a dog, a book, etc. So we use a when the following sound is a consonant rather than a vowel. Those are examples showing that, well, here the word or the noun starts with a vowel rather than with a consonant. An apple. So this is one of the vowels, so we use an rather than a. An elephant. Again, this is a vowel sound. We use an rather than a. An orange. The word orange starts with an O, so we use the indefinite article an rather than a. An idea. Again, this is the I sound, vowel sound, which is I rather than, it might look L, but L because it is written in a capital. So an idea, it starts with a vowel, so we use an rather than a. An umbrella, again, this is one of the vowels, so use an. So simply speaking, we use a or an depending on the following sound. As far as the word we are dealing with is a singular word. In other words, if I have the word dogs, sorry, if I have a word like dogs, I can neither say a dogs or an dogs. This is not possible because the word is in the plural. We use a and an only when the word we are dealing with is a singular noun. If I have a word like ideas, I cannot say a idea, ideas, or an ideas. This is not really acceptable. Why? Because we are not dealing with a singular noun, but here we are dealing with a plural noun. So we use a or an only when the noun we are dealing with is a singular noun. Again, a lecture. If the word that I have is lectures, I cannot say a lectures because the word is in the plural. We use a and an only if we have a singular noun, and so on and so forth. This is again another simple exercise that can teach us how to use a and an. The dog is an animal. The dog is an animal. I look at the word animal. I look at the first sound. It is one of the vowel. So the dog is an animal because the word animal starts with a, and a is a vowel. What about the second sentence? Arabic is a language or an language. I look at the word language. The first sound is L, so L is a consonant. So I'm going to choose a because the sound in the language, in the word language, the first sound of the word language is L, and L is a consonant rather than a vowel. Riyadh is a city, and city, well, the sound here is an S sound, and S is one of the consonant sounds. So I'm going to say Riyadh is a city. Arabic is a language. The dog is an animal. Kuwait is a country or an country. The word country, the first sound is K, country. And K is one of the consonant sounds. So clearly we are going to say Kuwait is a country. Blue is a color. Again, K. So this is one of the consonant. Blue is a color. Love is a feeling, clearly because the word feeling starts with an F, and F is one of the consonants. And when there is a consonant, we use a, we don't use an. So this is not the right choice. We use a. The printer is a hardware. The printer is a hardware. H sound. It is not a vowel sound. It is one of the consonant sound. The printer is a hardware. The fly is an insect. Why we have chosen an rather than a here? Simply because the word insect starts with I, and I is one of the vowels, and when there is a vowel, choose an. Physics is a science. S, science, a science. Physics is a science. So clearly here we choose a because the word science starts with a consonant sound. Sally is a student. S, a student. This room is an office or an office. Clearly the word office starts with an O sound, and O is a vowel, so we have to choose the indefinite article an rather than a. Now there's a very important point that you need to make sure that this word is a singular word rather than a plural word. So if I have a word like, for example, insect, and this word is in the plural, I cannot say an insect. This is not really acceptable. Why is that? We said use a or an only when the word is in the singular, but the word insect here is in the plural, so you cannot use an, you cannot use a. You have to leave it as it is if the word is indefinite. So the use of a or an is related to the singular noun rather than to the plural noun. Now this is a similar structure that we just similar to the structure that we have talked about, where you have noun, then verb to be, then another noun, but those nouns are now in the plural. So we have a plural rather than a singular noun. The examples that we have, horses are animals. Look, horses, noun, which is in the plural. If it is in the plural, use are, don't use is. So this is a noun, this is one form of verb to be, and this is another noun. The word plural means jama, means more than one. Plural means two or three or even more than one. The word horses in our example is a plural noun. The verb, the form of verb to be are is a plural verb, and animal is a plural noun. So this takes us back to the same rule that when you have a plural noun, use a plural verb. When you have a singular noun, use a singular verb. Those are some examples. Dogs are animals. That's a noun, but it is in the plural, so use are. Chickens are birds. What do we have? We have the word chickens in the plural, so use are. Dogs in the plural, so use are. So what we are after is the following. When the noun is in the plural, you have to have a verb in the plural. So when you have a plural noun, use a plural verb. A slide ago, we have said when you have a singular noun, use a singular verb. When you have a plural noun, use a plural verb. Now, sometimes the noun that we have is a combination of two singular nouns. In this case, if you have 1 plus 1, they will make 2. In other words, if you have singular noun conjoined, attached to another singular noun, together they make a plural noun. So this is what we want to say. Two nouns connected by and are plural, and are followed by the form are. So if you look at this example, Ahmed and Nadia. Here we have the word Ahmed, which is a noun in the singular, and the word Nadia, which is also a noun in the singular. But they are connected together by and. So they have become more than one. So we deal with them as plural. And that's why we have a plural verb. So Ahmed and Nadia are, rather than Ahmed is or Nadia is. So together they are basically making a plural. Oil and water. So we have one and another one conjoined together, connected together with the word and. And because they are together, they have made a plural noun. And that's why we use the verb to be, or the form of verb to be, which is are. So plural noun require plural verb. Singular noun require singular verb, and so on and so forth. This is the rule that we can follow to make plural. Usually any noun can be changed from the singular into the plural by adding an S. So you add an S at the end of the verb. But this is not always the case, because sometimes you have some exceptions. So a word like cat can become cats if you add an S. The word animal, animals. Friend, so there should be an R in here. Friend, friends. So you add an S to the end of the word and it becomes a plural. Now sometimes we have cases where the noun ends with Y. In this case, you cannot just add the S. You have to delete this Y, replace it with an I, and then add es. So an example would be the word city. City, we have deleted this sound or this letter. We have replaced it with I, then we have added es. Similarly, country, countries, fly, flies, dictionary, dictionary. So what did we do? We omit y, we cancelled this letter y, so this y is not there. You cannot see it in the word city. There is no y. It is already deleted, and you have added ies. Dictionary, the y is deleted. It does not appear in the word dictionary. So what do you have? If you look at the word fly, for example, it ends with this sound, with this letter, fly. To make this word into plural, you cannot just say, well, look, this is the plural. We have added an s. No, this is not really acceptable. What you have to do, you have to add this y and add ies. So the result is flies, rather than adding s only. This is a simple exercise that tries to show us how we can change a sentence from containing a singular noun into a sentence containing a plural noun. A cat is an animal. Cats are animals. Now, if you look at this sentence, there is two changes. The word cat is in the singular, while this cat is in the plural. Because it is in the singular, it took a singular verb. And because cat here is in the plural, it took a plural verb. Now, what about this an? Why it is used here, and there is nothing there? There is no an at all. What happened to this an? We said that we use this an only when the noun is in the singular and starts with a vowel. Now, if you look at this word, cats are animals. Well, okay, this word or this noun starts with a vowel. So why we did not add this an? Because it is a noun in the plural. And we said choose or use an and a only when the noun is in the singular. So we cannot use it here because we have a plural noun. We use a or an if we have a singular noun. An is used when there is a vowel here. An ant is an insect. There is something wrong in this sentence. You cannot have an s here and you keep using the same. So sorry for this spelling mistakes. An ant is an insect. Now this sentence is correct. We use an because we have a singular noun, and this singular noun starts with a vowel, so an ant. The word insect is also now in the singular, so we can say an insect. Now we change this sentence into the plural. Ants are insects. We did not use an again. Why? Because we have a plural noun. And you cannot use an or a unless you have a singular noun. So an or a are used only when the noun is singular. Ants and insects are plural nouns, so you cannot use an here. A dictionary is a book. Dictionaries are books. What happened? We have the word dictionary. It ends with y. To change this word into the plural, we have omitted the y and we have added ies. Now what happened to the a? Why it is not there in the sentence? We cannot use a or an with plural nouns. So this is in the plural. So you cannot say a dictionaries. It should be dictionaries. Dictionary here is a singular noun, so it requires a singular verb. That's why we said a dictionary is, while here dictionaries are. Plural noun, plural verb. A chicken is a bird. A chicken is a bird. Singular noun, singular verb. Chickens are birds. Plural noun, plural verb. Winter is a season. Summer is a season. Now what if we connect winter with summer? So we can say winter and summer. Winter and summer. So they are together. They are two singular nouns, but when they are connected with and, they become plural. And that's why we have winter and summer are seasons rather than is seasons. So winter is a season, summer is a season. When you have two singular nouns together connected by and, they become plural. Egypt is a country. India is a country. Similarly, singular, singular, singular verb, singular verb. Egypt and India, so 1 plus 1 equals 2. And 2 is a plural, so we have a plural verb. So when we have a plural noun, we have a plural verb. Let's move to the following slide, where we have, rather than a noun, now we have a pronoun. This pronoun is also followed by one form of verb to be, then another noun. So now we say the pronouns rather than the nouns. I, he, she, it, you. You again, if it is in the singular or plural, then we and they. So this is the pronoun in English, and this is how the verb to be changed. Then they are also followed by another noun. So pronoun, then verb to be, then noun. Pronouns, verb to be, and nouns. I am a student. So the pronoun I would take am. She, he, it, the three of them will have is. But look, now we are dealing with the pronouns, not nouns. So she is a student, he is a student, it is a country. Again, if you look at the pronoun you, which is sometimes used for singular and sometimes for plural, depending on the number of people you are talking to, you are a student. So we are talking to one person. You are a student. أنت طالب. You are students. More than one person. أنتم طلاب. So clearly the pronoun you is used for singular and plural. However, it is always followed by are, whether we are talking about one person or more than one person. It is always are in both cases. We are students. They are students. So this is again showing us we can have pronoun followed by one form of verb to be followed by another noun. This is something that we probably have explained before. Sally is in my class. Now, this noun can be replaced by a pronoun. She is a student. Now, when we say, well, when we talk about somebody, Sally is in my class, she is a student, people would realize that clearly this she refers to the word Sally or can refer to the word Sally. So the word Sally is a noun, and it is a feminine noun. And it is a pronoun is also a feminine pronoun. So when you have to refer to a noun by a pronoun, it has to be feminine. If it is singular, it has to be singular, and so on and so forth. So this is feminine pronoun, she, referring back to Sally. What we want to say is that the pronoun refers to the noun. Tom is in my class. He is a student. What does this pronoun refer to? It refers to the noun Tom. So pronouns refer to nouns. The pronoun he refers back to the noun Tom. The pronoun she refers back to the noun Sally. So Tom is a masculine noun. It has a masculine pronoun. So we have different types of pronoun. The idea is that the pronoun can refer back to the noun. This is another exercise. Sally is my sister. If I need a pronoun that can refer back to Sally, she is my sister. This pronoun refers back to Sally because Sally is female and the pronoun she is also a female. Ahmed is a teacher. The noun Ahmed is a masculine noun which needs a masculine pronoun. So again, the pronoun here refers back to Ahmed. Nadia and Reem. Look, here we have two singular nouns, and those two singular nouns are connected together by and. So they have become plural, and that's why they use the verb, the form of verb to be are, which is a plural verb. So we need a pronoun that refers to a plural noun. We use they. Nadia and Reem, they are friends, and so on and so forth. So this brings us to the end of lecture number 1. As I said, this is mainly about basic English grammar. We have gone through verb to be, how it come in the sentence, what are the different forms. So it can be am, is, are, according to the pronoun or the noun it precedes. So basically we have gone through those examples that can basically show us the different sentence structure that verb to be can come in. So we said we have noun followed by verb to be, then another noun. This noun is singular. Then we have noun in the plural followed by one form of verb to be, and this noun is a plural. We talked about the same structure, but when the pronoun comes at the beginning of the sentence, and we concluded that the pronoun can refer back to the noun. We also talked about the idea that when you have two singular nouns together connected by the particle or the connector and, they become plural. Okay, so try to read the lectures. There is no difference if you decide to study from the slides or from the book. The slides are exactly what you have in the book, but they are made easier with some explanation and examples. In other words, it is enough to study from the lectures. The lectures are really enough for the final exam, but if somebody wants to study more and have more exercises, it might be even better to go back to the book. But the slides are more than enough for the final exam. Okay, thank you very much, and this is the end of lecture number 1. Assalamu alaikum. السلام عليكم شباب، مرحبا. بتصور وحده اخرى استاذ عبد الله مقدار؟